What is going on, everybody? What is going on, the Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal today. Hope everyone has had a great Memorial Day weekend. Excited as ever to be here with you guys. You already know what time it is, baby. We're hopping into a live 2022 fantasy football best ball draft through Underdog, of course. Gonna be a great stream. Hope to see a lot of you guys hopping in here tonight. Make sure to hit that like button on the way in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how everyone's weekend went. Let me know what you guys ate. If you guys had a cookout. If you guys did absolutely nothing. If you guys went on a hike. Whatever it is that you guys do on Memorial Day weekend. Let me know, man. And we're going to hop into a best ball draft for a little bit of fun. So, yeah, excited to be here. I'm going to wait for, I know I hit a couple of you guys up on Discord to try and coordinate. And I think at least Derek is hopping in to tonight's draft with me. So I'm going to wait so I can kind of walk him through this. And then we'll get going. So, yeah. Gonna be another great draft. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna try and draft a little bit different tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a little crazy. I'm gonna, I mean, it's good, in these best ball drafts, underdog drafts, to kind of switch it up. So you're not getting a lot of the same teams. So I'm gonna try and switch it up tonight and just go for a lot of upside, best players available, get a little crazy, and we'll see what happens. David, what's up, bro? What's up? Watched some of your draft yesterday as I wasn't the David playing. Well, hey, I appreciate you checking it out, man. What's going on? What's going on? So, Derek, let me know when you're in here so I can walk you through. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but I know it's your first time drafting and, or at least through Underdog, so I want to make sure that I get you good to go here, my dude. All right, let's see. Let me make sure everyone on Discord knows that we're live. All right, let's see. All right. Slade, what's up, bro? What up, what up? Appreciate you being here, man. What's going on? It's good to see you. All right, let's see. Slade in the building. My day's been good, man. Honestly, I just did a ton of yard work today. My wife would do some yard work, and I would watch the baby, and then she would come in and watch the baby, and I would do yard work. And we kind of did like 4 rounds of that total. So I didn't do a whole lot. Then I ate some steak and salad, and that was my day, man. So pretty good day overall, but nothing too crazy here at the house. All right, let's see. It has been a long time, bro. What are your thoughts, feelings, opinions, concerns going into 2022 fantasy football, man? Let me know what's up. David, that's the problem. Not paying for draft as defenses were picked 7th round and players dropped out. Yeah, I will say drafting through Yahoo, that tends to happen pretty early on, unfortunately. And Yahoo seems to be the worst. But when we draft through ESPN or when we do our subscriber mock draft, we don't tend to have that problem. We tend to come out with very realistic mock drafts overall. Pray, what's up, baby? What's up? All right, Derek. So let me know when you're on the home screen. What's up, bro? Appreciate you being here. Excited to draft with you as well. And let me know when you're on the home screen, whether it's on the app or on your computer. And then I can walk you through. It's going to be pretty straightforward here. Basically, we're going to find the puppy. This is, okay, so if you're here, you can just hit NFL. Even if you are at home, you just want to find the puppy. But if you hit NFL, it'll kind of simplify it for you. Hit the puppy. Make sure you have 30 seconds per pick highlighted, not 8 hours. So 30 seconds wants to be dark. That means that you have it highlighted. Then you hit enter. It's going to ask you for your $5. Make sure that you understand that $5 will be deducted. Just hit yes, and then you'll be in the same draft as me. Your name won't show up at first, but once this gets filled, it'll show all the names and you should be in here. So it's completely filled now. So hopefully you're in here. If not, I'll jump out and let's see. Derek. What's your username? I guess that would have been a good thing to ask you. I can hop into another one. Like, I'll just let this... I'll try and do 2 if I need to. Dreckless. Oh, I'm with you? Oh, let's go, baby. All right, good. We're good to go then. Slade, I feel obliged to pick running backs early, but I don't know. I hate how every single team has 2 good running backs now. So annoying. We're ready to make profit, hopefully, again this year. Let's go, bro. Yeah, I will say, for the most part, I feel like you have to go running back in the first round right now. Potential to go to the receiver position if you have, like, picks. We talked about this last night. Anywhere from pick 7 through pick 12, you can consider receiver, but then you have to turn around and get a running back in the second round and probably in the third round as well. So in a lot of drafts, you know, tonight we're going to kind of switch it up. Go just a little bit crazy for big upside as this draft is already kicking off. But generally, I've been conducting a strategy of running back, receiver, running back, receiver, running back, receiver, keeping an eye on that kind of second tier of tight ends, moving into the third tier, letting the right tight end fall to us and drafting a tight end when we feel like the time is right, and then letting the right QB fall to us as well, and going for a later round QB. And that specific strategy, I mean, really, the past week or so, that's what I've been doing, and it's really been working out well. Tonight's going to be a little bit different, although I'll probably still go running back here at 9. Yeah, Najee Harris available. We'll go Najee there. But overall, that strategy has been working really well. And you kind of just end up with an even running back room, an even receiver room. You know, get one stud at each position, get a lower tier stud at each position, end up with a good tight end and a good QB. So it's been working out, and that's probably the strategy we'll mainly be conducting. But tonight I want to kind of try and switch it up, even though I just went running back at 9. But how do you not go running back at 9, you know? So obviously in these underdog drafts, receiver a little bit more highly valued in terms of the fact that you do start 3 receivers throughout the year. So we'll see what happens here. Derek goes with Devontae Adams at 10. Travis Kelce goes at 11. Cook and Mixon are off the board at 1.12 and 2.1 to start the second round. Slade, I'm just saying screw tight end this year and taking Goddard later. Yeah, Goddard's been a tight end that I've been completely fine with as my tight end 1. So I'm 100% there with you. He's been one of those tight ends in that tier that I've been keeping track of, and if he's available at the right point, then I'm happy to take him. So I got no beef with that whatsoever. I'm going RB heavy, getting Christian Watson and Burks. Yeah, nothing wrong with those rookie receivers, man. You'll have to join one of our subscriber mock drafts. We'll be having one Wednesday night. I need to get the link out to you guys. I will do that right after tonight's stream. So make sure you guys are part of the Discord channel. Link is in the description down below. Completely free to join. As CeeDee Lamb is taken here. This offers some interesting selections. Barmy wants to go Mark Andrews here. Well, I'm going to go Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go for upside. All right, part of me really wanted to go Mark Andrews. And Derek, let me know in the chat. I have a feeling you were considering Mark Andrews there at 2.3 as well. All right, here I am saying I'm going to go way off my strategy, and I pick a running back in the first round and a receiver in the second round. So nothing too crazy happening tonight, but kind of what I want to do is just go best player available. And you could argue that Mark Andrews was the best player available, but I just wanted to make sure, especially with how much of an emphasis is put at the receiver position, that I went out and got a receiver with big upside there in Tyreek Hill. Derek goes thinking Andrews. Yeah, it's just hard to pass him up there, man. It is. It is. All right, so Evans and A.J. Brown gone. Aaron Jones sprinkled in there as well. Oh, Derek, I clicked on Lamb by accident. Well, I don't think that's a bad start. Keep in mind, you know, even if you weren't initially intending to go heavy receiver, a lot of people do in these underdog drafts. Receiver, you know, there's a lot of emphasis on the position. I mean, you've got a Jamar Chase, Mike Evans combo, JJ and AJ Brown combo, for example. So, you know, don't let it bother you too much there. And that's the other thing, right? You know, if you made that initial $100 deposit and matched it with promo code the catch, which of course is in the description, you know, you're gonna have time to do a lot of these drafts, and you want, you know, some teams, you want diversity within your teams, right? You want to draft a lot of different teams. So even if that's not exactly where you intended to go tonight, don't let it beat you up too much, because I mean, we'll be conducting at least one underdog draft a week on the channel, and we'd love to have you, as many of them as you'd like to participate in. But also, you know, I would try and use most of that initial deposit before the regular season starts. But keep in mind that Underdog will have regular season contests as well. Let's see. So starting the third round, we got Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins off the board. Slade, I need to take more risks this year. I did in one league and I came in second, so I'm sticking with that strat. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Do you play any Underdog or any DFS? And are you on the Discord channel, man? Make sure you're in Discord so we can get you at least in the free subscriber mock drafts too, broski. I gotta pick a player, and you guys know that I can't. I just can't. I'm so far away from my strategy, or from getting away from my strategy, but I can't pass up James Conner at 3.9. Come on, man. Yeah, so Slade, if I know it's been a minute, I don't, you know, it's been a little bit, but during the off season we got sponsored by Underdog, so we're running quite a few of these Underdog drafts as well. And they're an absolute blast. Best ball formats are a ton of fun. So, yeah, man. That's kind of an update for the channel if you missed it. I'm so excited for the fantasy season, guys. It's really like this off season has been moving so quickly. Like, so quickly. I thought it would feel so much longer, and we're like practically in this summer. We're practically in June already. July 13th will make 1 year of the catch. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. All right, I'm going to take a look at receivers. So, Derek went Hollywood Brown, 3 receivers. Nothing wrong with that. Dude, it's hard for me to stray away from my strategy right now. I might not be switching it up too much tonight, boys and girls. I'm going to go Metcalf. I just think that's a solid start to this team. Najee Harris, Tyreek Hill, James Conner, and Metcalf. Some good QBs available, good tight ends. I mean, we could have gone with another running back, but I don't know if we're going too crazy upside tonight. I mean, it's just a good start to this team. You know? Slade, my bad about that. Really just putting my head down with school, but that's done. So now I'm getting back to old hobbies. Hey, bro, don't apologize. No worries at all, man. Most people have been taking a little bit of a mental break from fantasy, so there's no worries at all, my dude. Appreciate having you when we can have you, my dude. Ooh. Yeah, don't apologize, man. You know, hope school's been going well. Happy to hear you've been grinding, man. Happy to have you when we can. Just one running back taken so far in the 4th round. Make that 2. Ezekiel Elliott and Breece Hall. 3 tight ends. Kyle Pitts, Darren Waller, George Kittle. 2 QBs and Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. So I'm thinking of going running back QB here. I want to get QB off the board pretty early. I was thinking about going with Herbert or Mahomes at 40. But I went ahead and went receiver. So we'll see where running backs go. before I pick again, as we have 3 receivers in a row, Cortland Sutton, Terry McLaurin, and Allen Robinson to start the 5th round. If Montgomery or Josh Jacobs are available, I'll probably go running back. If not, I'll go ahead and snag a QB and or a tight end. But tight end, I might hold off one more round. We'll see. Andrew, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. What's up? What's up? I mean, if I could get one of those 2 running backs sprinkled in here, I don't know. We've got 2 0 running back teams ahead of us. At this point, those are 2 of the best values. There goes Jerry Jeudy. But also, I mean, Dobbins, ETN, Gibson, Mitchell, some good running backs still available. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, if I could get Harris, Connor, and Jacobs, for example, we'd basically be able to take a breather from the position for quite some time. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Big run on receiver in the 5th round. Robinson, Cooks, Davis, Judy, and Juju Smith-Schuster. All receivers so far. We'll see how this continues to play out. Another receiver off the board, and Chris Godwin. There's some pretty good QBs available as well. If I can land a Jackson, Murray, or Hurts and take that upside, I'll be happy. Part of me wants to go. There goes Jackson. Part of me thinking going double QB. There goes David Monty. So let's take Josh Jacobs off the board. And that's going to shore up our running back room. Probably stay away from the position for a couple rounds as Derek goes Kenneth Walker. And I'm looking for a QB at 64. I like to get that, running ability out of either Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts, as Kyler Murray's taken at 59. But if I can't, as Michael Thomas selected, then I'll go with Burrow, Wilson, Prescott, Brady, any of those guys. Just want to get my QB1 out of the way. Last Friday when we did our Underdog draft, we kind of took a risk and ended up fumbling at the QB position, so I want to kind of stay away from that tonight. Although going receiver here is very, very tempting. But I would imagine pretty soon we're going to see a pretty big run at the QB position. Slade, what do you think about drafting Javonte? I want to, but I'm worried about Melvin. I think with Javonte, it has to be at the right price. Let's see where he went tonight. Like a 3.2, especially on this team where you already have 2 running backs, that's a beautiful spot to hit Javonte. But right now, I mean, we're seeing Javonte go anywhere from like the 8th overall pick to the 30th overall pick. So if he's your RB2, if he's your RB3, that's where I like him. And, to be honest, I like, the price, so to speak, that you would pay for, for Marvin Gordon much, much later in your draft. Because, listen, I do think that Javonte is going to get more overall touches. It's still going to be a committee backfield, in my humble opinion. But I do think that's going to be closer to a 60-40 split with Javonte leading the pack, right? And I think last year was closer to 50-50. And it maybe like a 65-35, right? But I do think that Gordon is going to be very involved. And it's a fear that makes absolute sense. Like, I don't want Javonte as my RB1 whatsoever. But as an RB2, and maybe going out and getting the right RB3 and 4 later in the draft, I'm fine with it. But as an RB3, that's really, if you get him at that price, it's a no-brainer. But it just depends, because like at that point, you probably have to go pretty running back heavy, right? Because CMC, Leonard Fournette, and a Javonte Williams, right? So it just kind of depends on the way that you're drafting. So for me, I think I'm avoiding Javonte right now. And I'm looking for Melvin Gordon much, much later in drafts, because I think it's just a much, much better price overall. So it's tough, because if Melvin Gordon hadn't gotten re-signed, I think he's a phenomenal, phenomenal value. I mean, we talked about this before, when it looked like Melvin Gordon was going to the Ravens, we had Javonte potentially moving up to the top 3, top 5 without a doubt. 6 or 7 at worst, but you just have to imagine that offense is going to be much, much more dynamic. going to have many more trips to the red zone. And, Javonte is going to reap those benefits. But now, Javonte and Melvin Gordon are both going to reap those benefits, which really puts us in the same situation we were in last season. And don't get me wrong, Javonte shined when he shined, but Melvin shined when he shined too. Melvin Gordon, don't forget, a couple years back, which only has so much relevancy within fantasy football, but this is one of the best running backs in the league. So I think they'll both be heavily involved. And at the end of the day, I think Javonte gets more touches. I'd rather have him as an RB2, but much more preferably as an RB3. And I'll go for Gordon later in drafts overall. I've had a spot to get him at 15, and I hesitate and pass. Yeah. I really wanted Devonta Smith here. Let me see what other receivers are available. Probably go for Hunter Renfrow here. Part of me wants to get a little bit crazy at the QB position. Probably got to take a look at tight end too. Ronald, what up, baby? What up? Picked your QB today. Jalen Hurts was trying to stack him with Devonta Smith and couldn't finish the job, bro. All right, there goes Burrow. I was really hoping to get to potentially look at getting Hurts and Burrow. I love Zeke at 30s. Yeah, man, we've been talking about this a lot in the offseason. I just don't understand. Two things I don't understand personally is why Ezekiel Elliott's being so lowly valued right now, and why most of the Cowboys players from a fantasy perspective are being so incredibly undervalued as well. I think they're going to be just fine. Like last season, this was one of your most talked about offenses going into the regular season from a fantasy perspective. And you lose Amari Cooper, and listen, Pollard had plenty of flashes last year, but Zeke still finished as a top 8 running back and was a top 5 ADP going into last season. So I just don't understand, man. He's a steal. Like, he's an absolute steal. Where'd he go in this draft, for example? Zeke went at 4.2. I just don't get it, man. 4.2 is crazy. 38th overall. I would take Zeke over Akers, and I'd take him over Saquon personally. Connor and Chubb, I'm fine with taking them. Taking those guys after him, or before him, excuse me, but Zeke should be right in that conversation. He should be going in the second round. It just blows my mind, man. It really does. Really, really does. 26 disrespect is unreal. Never had soft tissue issues. Built like a tank. Yeah. 100%. I think losing Amari makes Zeke better. Amari was whining about targets last year. Yeah, it's probably a good point. I'm going to go ahead and load up at tight end. I'll go Dawson Knox. Goddard would be fine there too. So who do we have so far? Najee Harris, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, 3 running backs, 3 receivers, Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Hunter Renfrow, Jalen Hurts at QB, Dawson Knox at tight end. A pretty even overall team. Pretty even team. LeBron's brains in the building. Whoo! What up, baby? What's going on, man? What up? Appreciate you being here. What's up, man? How goes it, homie? Let's see. I take Gallup any day. Cowboys are the right thing for once. Yeah, I think that combination of Lamb, Gallup, James Washington. They did lose Ced Wilson as well. You guys know I like Ced Wilson, but Dalton Schultz obviously very productive last season, and you got Pollard and Zeke. Offensive line has some issues. Obviously, they have tried to, change that within the draft. So we'll see what happens there if that works out. But overall, I think they're going to be just fine. All right, I got to get some receivers on this team, man. I'm hurting at the position. QB's drying up pretty quickly. Yeah, receiver just dries up so quickly in these drafts. So quickly. But that's okay. Man, Michael Carter really, really low. I feel like Michael Carter's still going to get plenty of work. All right, let's just sit back. Too many things are happening too quickly. This draft has gone by pretty quickly overall. Let's see. LeBron's just chilling. Had a good Memorial Day cookout. Love to hear it, bro. Ronald, I slept all day and going out in that heat. Yeah, I did our lawn work like all day, and it was pretty brutal, man. I felt like I was going to pass out. Okay, so in the 8th round, we saw Pollard and Singletary's only running backs, receivers, Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, Sky Moore, Olave, and Gage. Tight end, Dawson Knox and Goddard. QBs, Prescott, by our boy Derek, Russell Wilson, and Staph Infection. I was hoping A-Rod would fall out to 105. I'd love him at that value, but whew, man, we might have to pull the trigger on a Derek Carr just to go ahead and get our QB2, and then probably go receiver, but tight end's looking pretty ugly. Running back, there's some decent names as well, but our running back room's not bad, and Harris, Connor, and Jacobs. Man, talent being wiped off the board. So James Cook and Kareem Hunt gone here in the 9th. Bronze Brain, can you scroll up? Yeah. Here, let me make this draft pick, and then we'll go through a little bit of what's been going on. All right, so Lazard's gone. This is tough. I'm gonna take my QB2. Give me Derek Carr. All right, so 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round. I'm not going to read every name. Ronald, after Ayuk in the 8th. Oh, I just did a mock and got Carter in the 9th. Yeah, see, that's great value. You guys probably can't see everything with my face in the way, can you? Mr. Sarcastic, what's up, bro? What it do? They made fun of me live for taking QB too early when I took Herbert in the 4th. Who made fun of you? There's nothing wrong with taking Herbert that early. Hope that helped out LeBron to kind of just scrolling around slowly up and down. Man, do you guys feel like people are pulling the trigger on Trey Lance way too quickly? I'm just not there. Just not there, man. Fearmouth is gone to start the 10th. Oh, I'm sure you defended yourself, Ronald. I have no doubt. No doubt. That's also just part of your typical strategy, too. All right. Part of me wants to go receiver here. That's probably where I'm going to end up going. MBS is gone. Derek's on the board. Trey Lance a huge risk. QB2, not QB1. Yeah. No way I'm drafting him as a QB1. QB2. But I think the issue with taking him as a QB2 is you're still paying a pretty penny, man. And I just don't know if I'm there, man. I just don't. I'm going to take Tyler Boyd here. Give me a 4th receiver because I need one. And we'll see what happens. When do I draft again? I got a while, right? Okay, yeah. So Carr in the 9th. Tyler Boyd in the 10th. Strongly defended Zeke and Henry for a good 15 minutes. That's where I just came from. Hey, man. If you have the conviction, go out and get your guys. That's all that matters. All right, big run at receiver here in the 10th. MVS, Gallup, Tyler Boyd, Chase Claypool, Christian Watson, Bobby Trees, 2 tight ends, and Fearmouth and Robert Tonyan. Hoping to get Hunter Henry or Gesicki with this next pick. Take a look at running back. It's ugly, man. It's ugly. All right. So I totally got away from, I don't know, I was saying I was going to go upside and switch it up, and I just couldn't get out of my my typical strat here. Although right now we got an extra QB early. That's a little bit different. All right, Kirk Cousins going. QB is absolutely drying up quickly. Trying to look for some late round receivers. We are who we are, John. That's right, bro. That's right. Don't change it. Embrace it. I like it. All right, 10th round already finished out. Edmonds, Penny, Cousins, Spiller off the board. Into the 11th. So what, we got 8 more rounds, 7 more rounds. Jameson Williams goes. It's like Jameson Williams memes all over Reddit. Appreciate you guys being here tonight, man. Let's try and get as many likes on tonight's stream as possible. And of course, if you're new to the channel, go and hit that subscribe button. Come join the Catch fam. It really does help out when you guys hit that tiny little subscribe button. Is it tiny? I don't think it's tiny. It's kind of a big button, but appreciate you guys being here, having a fun time tonight, hanging out with you guys late Memorial Day, talking fantasy. Appreciate you guys being here, man. All right, so Justin Fields goes there. The team's got Cousins and Fields at QB. I don't get why Henry is in 2 or 3. You have a clue. I just think for some... okay, so like year after year, people worry about Derrick Henry. I guess because of the volume. Like last season, everyone worried about drafting Derrick Henry. You know, you put Dalvin Cook in front of him. I mean, listen, I have no beef with Dalvin Cook, right? But last year, Henry should have been like the consensus first or second overall pick. Like I argued in the last offseason, we can pull up the video, find our running back rankings. It's just me and Steven did that video to upload, where we're talking about our rankings going in the season, and I was arguing for the case that Henry could be running back 1 over CMC, and I put him at RB2 over Dalvin Cook, right? And it's just year after year this happens. And I think this year you have more people wanting to take like an Austin Eckler, maybe a little bit more PPR upside, but that's the same exact argument, is that Henry doesn't provide PPR upside. And, you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't need to. He just doesn't need to. He gets it done on the ground, and the volume has never been an issue. All running backs get hurt here and there. They all get banged up. He will be fine. And if you take him as your RB2, I've got no beef with that whatsoever. Whatsoever. If you take him as your RB3, that's fine. The guys we're seeing in front of him, generally speaking, in a best ball draft is going to be a little bit different, right? Because you're going to see receivers go a little bit early. And maybe some people playing for more upside like a CMC. But generally speaking, we're seeing Eckler and Najee Harris go before him, if anyone goes before him. Those are the 2 main guys overall. And listen, I don't have beef with either of those guys. If listen, in the first round, the first 6 picks, generally speaking, whoever your top running back is who you should go out and get. And I don't have any problem with Derrick Henry being the consensus 2, although most people have him between 3 and 4. But I don't have any problem with it. And hey, if it's going to stay that way, then let it be. Gives you a better chance at getting the RB1 that you want at a little bit of a better price, right? So, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, let's see. Oh no, Ronald. We triggered Ronald. You don't re-break your foot. Derek, glad you're having fun tonight, bro. Appreciate you drafting with me, man. They're waiting for him to be the next DeMarco Murray, but DeMarco Murray just wasn't that good behind a great line. Not the same. Slade and Taylor does. Like, I don't remember Taylor catching balls. Yeah. He doesn't provide a ton of PPR upside. You're not wrong there. But the thing with Taylor is that they're going off of last season's numbers, and those statistics are just too good to pass up. Like, on paper, he's the RB1 no matter what because of the season he had last year. And it's the same with Cooper Kupp. Like, both those guys are going to have regression. Um, and I don't know the last time we had an RB1 from the previous year finish as the RB1 the following year. So, like, I still think if I have the first selection that I would take JT no matter what. But, I mean, it is kind of close there. Like, there are definitely other guys you could argue for, right? Um, and really, for me at this point, like, it's probably I've got JT, Eckler, Henry, Harris, and probably Mixon at 5. Man, I've been saying this all off season, but I really like Mixon at 5. And then I think, Cook, Fournette, Kamara, Connor, Swift, probably my next tier. Like, I'm not crazy on Aaron Jones. I'd rather draft A.J. Dillon later. Nick Chubb just being disrespected. Zeke's being disrespected. Barkley, certain things have to happen for me to draft Barkley. And same with CMC. It's got to be a very specific scenario that I don't think is going to happen. And I'm not 100% there with Cam Akers. So then in that next tier, I like Jacobs the most. Then probably Monty, Eli Mitchell, and then ETN. And then honestly, I like A.J. Dillon. Gibson went really late tonight at 7.1. Gibson's really falling down on people's radars, but I'd probably have him in that same tier right there with Jacobs and Monty at the end of the day. Woo! That's like the people are like QBS to run. Brady and Rodgers would beg to differ. Yeah, both top 5 last season. Montana, Elway, Marino, Manning. Again, I say people be tripping, trying to break the system, just break their teams. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, people are looking for that potential upside that a rushing QB offers from a fantasy perspective. Maybe a little bit more value, especially because in most leagues, rushing touchdowns give you more points than a throwing touchdown. But I don't think what you're saying is wrong necessarily. You still have those pure pocket passing QBs finish in the top 5 on a yearly basis, and even guys like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, like, they're not offering a ton of rushing upside. Even at this point in his career, Patrick Mahomes, like, Herbert and Mahomes can do that stuff, and Burrow to a degree too, but the longer they play, the less they're going to do it. The more that they're going to try and protect themselves and their careers. So, and it's a little bit of a balance. Like, those. Think about some of the performances Joe Burrow put up last season, the amount of touchdowns he was putting up. Like, he didn't need to run the football, So there is a bit of a trade-off, too. Slade, does that make a super risky person not take JT? It's a bit of a risk on paper, but it'll probably pay off, man, realistically. I mean, think about everyone, including myself, who drafted CMC at 1 last year. Like, listen, I think JT is still going to be a top 5 running back. Don't get me wrong, but it's just natural that there's going to be regression. He had a lights out season. We just typically don't see that type of performance repeated. So I think in the first 5 picks, you go out and you get your RB1, and you don't look back. And if you had the first overall selection and it's not JT, then trust your gut, man. Trust your gut. Go with your own conviction. Don't get fed up and don't let ADP and what the quote-unquote experts are saying, guide you, right? That's what, we're ultimately doing here, is building a community of where you can just come hang out and talk about fantasy football and get your thoughts out there and just bounce thoughts off of each other. There is no, even if we make a ranking, right, it's just my thoughts, and those thoughts can always change, So don't let ADP get to you. Don't let rankings get to you. Go out and trust your gut. Make your own conviction at the end of the day. That's what we said all last season. That's what we'll continue to say here at the Catch. I actually hate Nick Chubb this year. Hey, man, if that's not your guy, then don't draft him. But I still like Chubb. Especially at that price, right? If you can end up getting Chubb as an RB2, I think he's absolutely worth it. If you can get him as an RB3, that's just crazy. Why is Gibson falling? Don't tell me it's Brian Robinson. Yeah, I mean, you got Robinson there. You've got several running backs, you know, and then you've got Rivera coming out and saying that they're going to become a committee as well. So that's really the issue. Is Ron Rivera came out and said that he wants it to be like how Carolina was when, oh gosh, Jonathan Stewart. Oh my gosh, who did he quote? The two running backs they had when they went to the Super Bowl, right? D'Angelo Williams, that was the other running back. Jonathan Stewart, D'Angelo Williams. I'm not sure if it was the year they went to the Super Bowl, but he basically went out and said that he would like to have that more of a committee type approach, which is not good for Gibson. But we'll see. He could still easily finish as a top running back in that committee, right? If you run more, you throw less. There are many ways to cook an egg. Yeah, I agree. Like I was saying, there's a little bit of a trade-off there. I agree with you. It's no risk. He may not be RB1, but he'd be top 5. 100% agree with you, Ronald. Slade, D'Angelo. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you. I should have just looked over at the chat. Yeah. Andrew, I picked my players that I like. Yeah. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Why do you like Chubb? I just still believe in Nick Chubb. I always have. I don't think that's changing for me this season. I don't think there's going to be too much of a crazy change in his fantasy value, even if and when Deshaun Watson, comes in to play. Nick Chubb's still going to be Nick Chubb. He's still going to see that volume and everything. Don't get me wrong. Hypothetically, more trips to the red zone, it could help and everything, but listen, I just believe in Nick Chubb. I think he's a solid running back. I think people have a tendency to forget about what he's capable of doing. And I think he'll be just fine whether Deshaun Watson's a quarterback primarily or we see another QB for a couple weeks. And actually, I think that circumstance would help Nick Chubb more because you're going to have to lean on the run game in that circumstance. But Chubb is just like your quintessential running back. Like, he's an absolute monster, man. And he's got, I don't remember, every time I see a stat about Nick Chubb, it's just something ridiculous. Like, I think he's just underrated. And, yeah, I'd love to have him as an RB2. And right now, you're definitely capable of doing that. Ronald like Chubb, he's a great runner. One of the best pure runners in football. He isn't the passing back. Yeah, he's not. And I feel like his rookie, maybe sophomore season, he was a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more involved in the passing game, and then they kind of started to, bring that back just a little bit because he is so good on the ground. And you have to say those legs, and he's a running back that gets better as the game goes on, similar to like a Derrick Henry. Like, he's a in between the tackles type runner, and yeah, I got nothing but love for him, man. But hey, Slade, trust your gut, bro. Trust your gut. All right, I don't know who to draft. I'm going with the receiver. That was scary. I'm just going to go with someone that I like here. Oh, man, I got Marvin Jones. I ran out of time. It gave me Marvin Jones. That's a bummer. I didn't mean to draft him. Oh, well. We'll survive. We got Marvin Jones. Let's go, Jags. Maybe it'll work out. I mean, he could be a decent. He's a great receiver. So, that's fine. We'll take Marvin Jones. Justin, what's up, bro? I love Chubb. He can, though. They just don't use him like that. Yeah, like when he was... I mean, I remember him having some crazy, like, screen-type plays earlier on in his career. But like I said, I think they just started to get concerned with things like injuries. And Kareem Hunt obviously has that ability. So once they added him to the roster, I think things changed a little bit too. And Chubb's just so good on the ground. And so good as the game goes on the ground as well, that I think maybe that's where they started to focus him. But yeah, you're absolutely right. He can be pass catching back, but especially with Kareem Hunt in the mix. I think that they started to kind of take that back just a little bit. Oh my gosh, we only got 2 more picks. All right, so who's the... Hold on, let me take a look at my team. All right, so we got Najee Harris, James Conner, Josh Jacobs. Let me look at it this way. Okay, Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr, Najee Harris, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, Henderson, Robinson, Tyreek Hill, Metcalf, Renfro, Boyd, Patrick Jones, Bourne, Dawson Knox, and Gesicki. This is a pretty good looking team, man. Let's take a look at QB. Maybe try and get one more QB. Running back. I mean, what? We got Harris, Connor, Jacobs, Henderson, Robinson. I think running back's done for me. I think, let's look at tight end. Maybe Logan Thomas, Uzama, Austin Hooper. That's probably about it for me. Receiver, at this point, I'd mess around with Odell. Justin Ross is interesting. Yeah. I like this team we put together tonight. It's a good looking squad. Tonight's draft went by pretty quick, felt like. Let's see. I'd rather have a running back that gets 10 yards on 2 carries than 10 yards on 3. Justin, fantasy or football and fantasy are 2 different games, 100%. Ronald, don't draft Wilson. Come on, John. How far back on the depth chart? That's my boy. That's my boy right there. You know I'm drafting Ced Wilson now. How many receivers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Ronald. If I don't draft Ced Wilson, who you drafting here? Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, Nico Collins, Duvernay, James Washington, Sterling Shepard, Paris Campbell, Romeo Dubes, Isaiah McKenzie's kind of interesting on the Bills. Zay Jones hanging around, Amari Rodgers, Randall Cobb, Jalen Guyton's actually not too bad of a pick here. He's on the Chargers at least. Terrace Marshall, what a bummer of a year he had last season. Marquez Callaway, Emmanuel Sanders. Take Shepard. Yeah, I actually think Shepard's pretty good value at this point. I like Shepard at this point in the draft as well. Rio Goated, what's up, bro? What it do? What it do? What's up, man? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, I mean, receivers are just thin, man. I like Ced Wilson as a flyer because if someone is hurt, he has those big performance games. And if someone's not hurt, potentially has a big game here and there, right? And in best ball, it's taking, you know, for a receiver, your top 3 receivers of the week, and you're getting those accumulated points. So I think in terms of the 17th and 18th round, I'm fine with drafting Ced Wilson. But in honor of you tonight, I'm going to take Sterling Shepard. There you go, Ron. It's for you, bro. Let's see. Justin says, need a third QB. Yeah, I'm going to go with the QB at 208. Derek, I like some of the moves you made. I'll go over your team at the end here, but I do like some of the moves you made tonight. One of the things that I like that you did is you got a couple of stacks, like Alec Pierce and Matt Ryan, as well as Gallup with Prescott. And stacks are a good thing in best ball. All right, so I think this was a pretty good looking team we threw together here. Mike Gesicki following us at 12.4 was something that made me really happy, especially with Hunter Henry, Irv Smith, and Albert O all going before then. Snoop Connor off the board to start the final round of the night. Appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, man. Been a great stream tonight. There goes Paris Campbell. Marcus Mariota's gone. I'm going to go Carson Wentz here. And that's going to do it. So we left Ced Wilson, Braxton Berrios, Davis Mills, Uzama, and Jalen Guyton on the board. Looking at running back, Yeah, Marlon Mack is probably... I would take a chance on Marlon Mack at this point in the draft. Sony Michel on the Dolphins. Ingram. Maybe if Kamara misses time, that's not a bad option. James White. Go Trey Sermon. Maybe he'll play like one game this year. Samaje Perine. Kyron Williams, I would actually take a chance on at this point in the draft. But in other words, running back is really disgusting. Really, really disgusting. Todd Gurley is available, though. All right, so that'll do it for the night. Let's take a look at Derek's team tonight. Derek, appreciate you drafting with me tonight, man. Glad you got to do your first underdog draft with me, man. All right, so you got Prescott, Matt Ryan, and Mariota at QB. That's fine. 2 QBs on the same bye week, but as long as Dak's healthy, you're good there. But yeah, I mean, you want 3 QBs. In best ball. And you got your QB1. You got a lower tier QB, and then you got a flyer. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong. Running back, Walker, Dobbins, Patterson, Gordon, Algier. So, like, running back's a little bit weak, right? You don't really have, like, that stud RB1 to lead your room. But at the same time, this is good value at running back throughout the draft. And, like, I wouldn't call these guys flyers. These are still running backs that I would not mind drafting. I would rather see, like, another running back on this team. But you got more upside at receiver and tight end, which we'll get to. So, I don't mind, like, in a best ball draft, waiting at the position, these guys could work out for your running back room. And running back's not generally the emphasis in best ball. So I'm okay with that. Sorry, I keep switching my team. Switching from your team to me. I'm just going to let this finish. Maybe not. It's going to take us off the screen anywhere. Receivers look good, though. Adams, Lamb, Brown. Like, you're fine there. Then you had Gallup, Pierce, DPJ. I know he's been a guy, late round guy. You've been getting a lot of drafts in Odell. Receiver room looks fine, man. All right, let's see. There we go. So receivers look fine. 2 stud receivers in Adams and Lamb. Hollywood Brown, a great wide receiver 3. You got that stack between Prescott and Lamb, as well as Prescott and Gallup. So you're going to double dip there, theoretically. Tight ends look good, too, man. I really like the tight end room. Darren Waller, Hunter Henry, and Taysom Hill. Some nice upside provided in Hill. Waller's your tight end 1. Henry's a great tight end 2. It's a good overall team, man. It's a good first draft for sure. Yeah, I like this team. I think the running back situation is really interesting. Like, I actually really think that this running back room could work out. So it's a good overall team, man. A good first draft for you as well. Appreciate you drafting with me tonight, man. Slade, thoughts on Jamar? I'll take Jamar Chase as my wide receiver 1 all day long. Great upside, but also he did provide a ton of consistency last season as well. So really it wasn't until like week 10 or after that he started to have a couple games where defenses were figuring him out. But even when you look at the season as a whole, just a phenomenal year. I got no problem whatsoever going out and getting Chase as my wide receiver 1. And you're going to have to draft him at that value. Yeah, he's absolutely a first-round pick, Slade, yeah. If he falls to the second, he's not staying past, like, 2.1 or 2.2. If he does, and he's an absolute steal at that point. But, yeah, I'm all about some Jamar Chase, man. He's going to have another great season, for sure. I will say, because I like T. Higgins a lot as well, but I really like targeting Tyler Boyd in late rounds. I think he's a receiver that you can get really good value. But obviously Higgins and Chase are the 2 that present more upside, right? All right, so QB tonight, we got Hurts, Carr, and Wentz. I'm fine with this QB room. Your upside, QB1 and Hurts. Carr to provide some cushion for weeks where Hurts maybe does not perform or is hurt or whatever. I'm fine with Carr as QB2. And Carson Wentz, I really don't mind as my QB3 in the best ball format. Okay? He didn't have that bad of a season last year. He just had a lot of Carson Wentz moments. He's going to have a lot this year. But at the end of the day, in a best ball format and the price that you pay for him, I got him at pick 208. I'll take Carson Wentz as a QB3 all day long. Running back, Najee Harris, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, Henderson, Robinson. You've got some injury concerns and some, veteran backs in here, so to speak. But I believe in Robinson. Believe in Hendo, Jacobs, and Connor. I got no problem with this running back room led by Najee Harris. And I thought we got pretty good value at running back throughout the draft as well. Receiver room I'm happy with, man. Tyreek Hill, Metcalf, Renfro, Boyd, Tim Patrick, Marvin Jones, Kendrick Bourne, and Sterling Shepard. Yeah, I like this receiver room a lot, man. Nice upside out of Tyreek Hill as my wide receiver 1. I still believe in Metcalf. A little bit of an issue with 3 receivers on the same bye week. And then 2 on another, and then 2 on another. But we get through just fine. And this is good depth. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers. Yeah, I like this receiver room, man. Good consistency out of Renfro, Boyd, and Patrick. Some nice late round value. And then I mean Jones, Bourne, and Shepard, we all got it. We got at picks 177 or later. So I think this is a good looking receiver room for tonight's draft. Tight ends, we got Dawson Knox and Gesicki. Gesicki fell pretty far to pick 136. And I'm fine with Dawson Knox as my tight end 1. Provides more upside. Plenty of red zone opportunities. Did miss some time last season, but not a whole lot. Then you get Gesicki as a tight end 2 for some cushion. Realistically, would have liked to get another tight end on this team, maybe over one of those receivers. And that was actually my plan. I meant to pick Kendrick Bourne and then get a tight end on the turn, but then I ran out of time. They handed me Marvin Jones, and I had to get Kendrick Bourne on the turn, which is still fine for this roster. But, yeah, there's your team for tonight. I thought it was a pretty good overall team, man. Another good draft in the books. All right, let's see. Derek, hey, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. What's your favorite draft spot? I love 10. I would say anywhere between 8 and 12. 10 is a good spot for sure. Anywhere between 8 and 12. Really anywhere between 6 and 12. I just don't want those top 5 picks, man. To wait too long for the second round. Ronald's saying I like 6 or 7. I'm starting to like those 2 positions a lot as well. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Justin likes number 1. He was number 1. SpongeBob for you. All right, boys and girls, we're going to wind down the stream. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Definitely had a good time. Happy Memorial Day once again to everyone. Hope everyone had a good and safe, fun weekend. Justin, Ronald, Slade, Derek, Rio Goated, Andrea. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone else who stopped by. And yeah, good to see some older faces from the Catch fam starting to get back in to gear. We're going to be going pretty heavy into fantasy content, although we have already made that shift. June is going to start to ramp up, then July will ramp up even more in August. Will be absolutely crazy leading into that first week of NFL action in September. So looking forward to seeing more familiar faces stop by. And yeah, just excited, man. Excited for the future of the channel, future of the community, and everything that's going to come this fantasy off season, before the season in the summer, and everything that this season's going to bring. Just can't wait, man. Really can't. Slade, yes, I'll be streaming every day this week, bro. And Steven should be on Wednesday night as well. So we will have a subscriber mock draft Wednesday night. I will get that link out on Discord shortly after this stream. And make sure to join if you guys do want to be part of the subscriber mock draft for the week. Derek, until next time, this was fun. 100%, man. Yeah. And I have been running these Underdog drafts every Friday night, but just wanted to do one for Memorial Day for a little bit of fun as well and try to get some of you guys involved. So appreciate you, man, and appreciate you being, or appreciate being part of your first Underdog draft. It was a good draft overall, man. Andrew, good night. Slade, have a good night as well, my dude. And yeah, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Discord link in the description down below. And of course, you can double your first deposit through Underdog Fantasy Football with promo code TheCatch, promo code in the description down below. Appreciate you guys. Love this community. Love this channel. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.